Pleasant good evening to you. It's your boy Bruzo, and we're here to talk NBA playoffs. Now, I don't know who you got. I'm a Warriors fan myself, but in this episode, what we're trying to do is be as objective as we can. We now down to the semis. We have the Miami Heat playing the New York Knicks. 76ers got the Celtics. They just went up. Philly just went up 1-0 in that game, by the way. Nuggets playing the Suns, and of course, the Warriors playing the Lakers. That is tomorrow, Tuesday, the 2nd of May. Now, what we going to discuss? I'm kind of excited because I'm a Warriors fan, as I said, and to be honest, they haven't been playing their best all season. We see the dismal performance they've had on the road, yet they played like champions in Game 7 on Sunday to win it. Hence, they facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, I know a lot of people, the LeBron fans, the LeBron Steph Curry matchup, you know how that's going to go. It's going to be hella excitement. Um, um, but LeBron is 38, and even though he has been doing his best, once again, he's in a stage where he needs to prove himself to see if he can withstand another team, a team just as good as if not better at this point than his. The Golden State, of course, are previous champions. So is LeBron, but I mean, they had to play the play-in order to get into the playoffs. So we're a little, they're a little iffy, but they do have championship caliber. In my opinion, with that particular matchup, I'm looking at Hachimura, I think his name is. The pronunciation is. These guys need to step up and help LeBron because at the end of the day, Anthony, Mr. Glass Davis, he's so prone to injury that at this stage, I don't think he's that reliable anymore. But if you could get Austin Reeves, if you could get Hachimura, if you could get these guys to put in a great effort, especially on the offensive end, these coaches, a lot of coaches in the NBA, especially during playoff time, they're going to preach defense. So um, you know, as long as they play that, you have a chance to win. But at the same time, the Warriors are so high powered in terms of their offense that you have to come with both. You better be able to defend, but you better be able to score as well, right? I'll be a bit under these lights, so it is very hot in studio right now, but no excuses. We're gonna go. Um, I want to talk a little bit about the Warriors. So we saw in Game 7 the Herculean effort that Steph Curry put out, scored 50 points in a win. They needed all 50, but because they have to play tomorrow, that's only a day rest. And I'm sure I don't know if Steve would have given them the day off or if they would have had a light practice, who knows. But we can't afford to have Steph putting out that kind of effort, especially in game 1 and 2. Hopefully, Clay does his job. Wiggins catches some fire because he was a little shaky in game 7. Um, but, you know, we know how good he is. And then, of course, everybody else. If Looney is able to get the rebounds that he did have, that play that one-dimensional way, which is fine because we have scorers. You just grab the boards, especially the offensive ones, and let the possession start over and see if we could make the Lakers work a little more on defense. Um, so I don't want to say I have any fears. I think it's going to be a good game. Um, LeBron is who he is, but Steph Curry is who he is as well. You know what I mean? Um, so we're gonna touch a little bit on. Let's keep it in the U.S. So today, actually, while we speak, Denver is playing the Suns. Denver, as you know, for the NBA fans out there, they're already leading 1 game to 0. And what's remarkable about that game is that offense wasn't a problem. KD, Devin, um, Jokic, Jamal, the stars did what they had to do. What made the difference, though, was in the second half. You Nuggets played a lot more defense than um, Phoenix, and that's what caused them eventually to win that game. So that is and I say that to say this. That's a clear example of where um, both sides of the coin are very important. No one they couldn't stop Phoenix, but I mean Phoenix couldn't stop Denver, but they end up stopping Phoenix when it came to possessions and consecutive possessions. So the Phoenix has to be very careful about that. Probably gonna take in the game as soon as I'm finished talking to you guys, just to see how Phoenix came through in the second game, see what adjustments they made and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That series is gonna be a lot more interesting, I think, than the Warriors Lakers game, because those two teams offensively are ridiculous. Lakers are not as efficient offensively as the Warriors, but nonetheless they do have championship experience. So once they rally around LeBron, anything is possible. Um, Miami. Let's take it to the East. So Miami, the number 8 seed, who demolished the Milwaukee Bucks with a very good effort by Jimmy Butler, I must say. It's strange that when he scored 56, I think it was, he was the first Heat in playoff history to do that, considering the history that the Heat has with having LeBron and Wade at one point, and it was surprising for me to know that he was the guy to reach such a feat. Nevertheless, congratulations to him. He has shown that he is a very, very good basketball player in this league. Some of my colleagues even call him a superstar. Mm, you know, if he is, then great. I maybe it's because of his style that I just don't want to put that moniker over him as yet. Um, but in terms of clutch, he has shown that he has the superstar gene. So when you take that into consideration, maybe he is a superstar. New York, um, they went down 1-0 to Miami. I'm not sure if that was surprising. Miami is just coming off a great win, so their momentum was strong. Um, Brunson, he and Barrett had a lot to do because the situation with Julius, and it just was a little bit tough for them in game one. I'm not sure of the status for Julius in game two. I know he rolled his ankle pretty rough. It was a tough injury if you recall that play. Um, but it's not it's as cliche as it is to say, next man up is a very, very, very serious thing in sports, not only basketball but all sports. Everybody on the roster could play. It's just a matter of having the mental fortitude, especially in the playoffs, to be able to get in there and just get it started and do whatever it is your coach expects you to do. As I said with basketball, defense is always key, but because the game has changed so much, it's not like the 90s where a game can end 90 to 88 or 91 to 89 or something like that. You know, games are way into the hundreds now. So, um, as much as you can defend, defending does take a lot of out of you as well. And if you're getting trouble to score, especially in terms of if you don't have a superstar, um, and you have to run plays, then that makes it even more difficult because now you don't have a player that can guarantee a bucket. So things like that. Um, I'm not saying that's the case with New York because Jalen Brunson he has proven himself to me. I must say. It took me a minute. I thought it was um, I thought it was a case of a Jeremy Lin kind of situation where he, was just on a streak, but he's made a believer out of me. This guy could play and he can lead a team. More importantly, even at his size, and he definitely has the heart, and he has these floaters he could shoot. So once they could rally around him, um, Toppin and these guys play their role and play it perfectly, make as minimal a mistake as possible, then anything could happen in that series. Um, 76ers and the Celtics. Now I caught a little bit of it just now. The Sixers are up 1-0. Um, James Harden, James Harden just reminded us that the Houston James is still looking. He's still around, and that's good because I think that they definitely would have needed every one of his points. Um, with the situation with Joel, I think Joel is going to be back in this series. But if Harden could play like how he played tonight, then it could buy Joel some more time, get him some more rest, and have that injury, um, you know, be on the mend, as opposed to trying to play on a shot or some injection that would just mask the situation. Um, you know, we had Jaden. I mean, I mean, not Jaden. We had Harden. Harden had 45 points tonight. So if he could do that back to back, and I think he can. I know people count him out. He was none all star for the last couple of years, um, but he proved tonight that he still has game and he has the ability to carry a team. um Mind you, so this is he had a different mindset, because as you see, well, I'm letting you guys know, he had 6 assists. Shouldn't say only 6 assists is pretty decent, but as far as James Harden stat does, we know that he's close to 9 into double figures, 10, 11 a night. But tonight, with Joel being out, he knew that he had to step up, and that's the championship caliber that we're talking about. That's the type of caliber that we need to see. You know, had some help from Maxi. And then, of course, Harris scored 18 points as well. Maxi had 26. So, he did he did do his thing. It was good to see. And as I said, if he can continue that, then Joel may not need to rush back for game two. Of course, I'm thinking, as any athlete, he would want to play, but based on the fact that they won, if the doctors recommend that he, rested for one more day, then that definitely should be to the benefit of the Sixers. Um, Boston, no, Boston. Let me see. All right, so Boston, we had some underperformances from the Stars, in my opinion. Jalen played almost 42 minutes and just gave Boston 23 points. Now, I'm saying just because of what I know that Jalen is capable of. Um, he probably wasn't able to get it going as he would like to. He did have 6 rebounds, 4 assists, so he did do some other stuff. But Tatum, for example, he had 39 with 11 rebounds. Of course, he's 6'9", so there's a big difference in terms of height. But nevertheless, we still see that, or we still know that Jalen needs to be more to the 26 to my opinion, that doesn't need to score 30, but 26 to 28 is a comfortable point total for somebody of his caliber. Um, and then besides that, we had Al Horford with 11 points. Definitely he's capable of much better. Smart, who is not usually expected to score, he chipped in with 12. He had 7 assists though. So Brogdon off the bench had 20 points, and that is the epitome of what we call somebody stepping up. When you realize that Jalen doesn't have it tonight, that 20 points was needed in order for them to score 115 points. They lost by 4, with Philly scoring 119, but Brogdon, his points counted for something. Um, yeah, so I mean, hey, your boy Bruiser, NBA lover, basketball lover, sports lover, but this time of the year is usually my time. Um, you guys could comment. Let me know what you all think of the playoffs, the Eastern, the semis, both East and West divisions, or conferences rather. And it's good to it'll be good to hear from you. Put some comments in the put some comments underneath. Um, like to hear from you guys, definitely. Of course, we are sponsored by Soul Food 2016. Let me show you all some of the stuff. Well, something that I have right here that just came in, available for sale, fresh out the box. You understand? It's the Jordan 11 breads, right? This is a size 12, I think it is. So if you guys looking for stuff, hit me up, Soul Food 2016, on Instagram. Um, Message me, let me know. We have all the colors: Jordan 4s, Jordan 1s, KDs, whatever it is you're looking for. Soul Food 2016, once again on Instagram. Um, so that's it for tonight. We're about to take in the Denver Phoenix game, see how that game goes. Can't wait to hear from you guys. It's your boy Bruzo. Gotta do something about these lights because it's hotter than a mug. But straight love. See you guys tomorrow. We'll discuss more on all the other NBA games that are going to be played. And, hope to see and hear from you guys. It's your boy Bruzo. You know how I do. Stay up.